Hey everybody, this is Daniel from fitnessblender.com, and today we're going to be going through an upper body strength training program. Now, depending on the amount of weight and the style of exercise you do, this can be more toning, but it's completely up to how you want to go through it. I'm going to run you through it and more focusing on building strength and building a little bit of size. So what we're going to be doing is a supersetting routine. So we're going back and forth between two different muscle groups, antagonistic muscle groups, so you get a little bit of a rest in between, but we're doing that to make sure we can move through it as quickly as possible. Also, we're going to be doing half body weight and half dumbbell exercises. Some of these are going to be a little bit unique, so we're going to have to try to get used to them a little bit, but they're really, really fun and they're really, really effective. So we're going to go ahead and get started with those. But before we do that, we're going to do a really quick warm-up to get those shoulders and upper body just a little bit more limber, get that blood flowing, and then we're going to get started with that strength routine. So let's go ahead and get started with our first stretch, which is going to be an arm circle. It's going to be one at a time, just a nice big circle, up and around, pause at the bottom, then bring it back over the other side. Just a nice big circle, back and forth, really trying to focus on really pushing that range of motion to get as much range of motion out of that shoulder as you can, trying to focus on getting just a little extra the entire time to really warm that shoulder up. Get that blood starting to pump to that shoulder area, down into that arm. Do one more, then we're switch sides. We're just kind of free forming this one. We're not doing it off any number of repetitions or any amount of time. We're just kind of going until you feel like that shoulder feels more limber. Just keep that motion going. Again, nice big circles. You're not trying to go really fast. You're trying to go nice and slow and push that range of motion through the entire range of that circle. Nice, slow, controlled motion. Just keep those lungs open. We're going to go back and forth one more time. And back forward. And let it relax. Our next one is going to be an overhead press and pull. So you're just using your own muscles against themselves. You press straight up over your head. Try to get a nice full extension and then squeeze your arms down. Pull them down, back to your back. Those elbows down to your back, nice and tight. Then press them right back up. Constantly working against yourself the entire time. So this is almost an exercise just in itself. Nice tight squeeze. And press it up. Nice and slow back down. Let's do a few more repetitions. Again, keep those lungs open. One more. And last one back down, nice tight squeeze. Let it relax. We're gonna do a chest stretch swing. So arm crossover swing. Those arms just coming right in front of that chest and then stretching back behind you. This is a little bit faster, more ballistic type motion. But don't get going too fast. You wanna start warming those arms up and that chest up before you start moving really, really quickly. So if you're starting to feel nice and warm, and that chest is starting to feel more limber, then you can go and start speeding up a little bit. Otherwise, keep it nice and slow and under control. Just keep those lungs open. Just a few more repetitions. And let it relax. The last one is going to be a chest press and pull. Nice slow thing, exactly like the last exercise we did where you're pushing against yourself. You're going to push against your muscles, pressing forward, then pull against your muscles, pulling back. Nice tight squeeze to the back and a nice full extension in the front. Try to get as much range of motion out of that shoulder as well as that chest and that back. Try to get not just an arm motion from that shoulder, but actually get that shoulder to kind of cave forward and squeeze back on that rib cage. Nice full extension. Squeeze it back, shove that chest forward and press it forward. Let those shoulders cave forward. Squeeze it back again. Just a few more repetitions. This is our last one, and we'll get started. And let it relax. All right, so we're gonna need either a bench or a chair for this and a set of dumbbells. So go ahead and grab that stuff and we'll get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our first two exercises. The first one is going to be a push-up, but we're going to be doing it with our feet up on a bench, or if you don't have a bench, you can use a chair just as well. Then once we do that set, then we're going to move over to a bent over wide row. And we're just going to switch back and forth until we have 3 sets done. 10 repetitions of each. Let's go and get started. So this is a regular push-up. Hands relatively wide, nice flat back, down and up. Nice slow motion, full range of motion. Keep those lungs open, core nice and tight. Halfway. relax. All right, let's go move over to the next one. So it's gonna be a wide row. Grab the weight you need for it. Nice flat back. You're gonna bend straight over from those hips. Arms come up and out to the side. Get those elbows up and as high and as wide as you can. Again, keep those lungs open. Almost done. Last one. And let it relax. All right, drop those dumbbells off. Back to those push-ups. If you want to make them a little bit more difficult, you can do a negative push-up, which is bringing one hand up, drop down, press up, other hand down, press up. Two more. And let it relax. Grab those dumbbells again. Back to that bent over row. Bend at those hips. Nice wide pull. Two more. And let it relax. One more set of each. Back to that push-up. Nice wide stance to those hands. Nice flat back. And start it. Halfway. Two more. And let it relax. One more round of the wide row. Again, nice flat back. Legs relatively straight, up and out to the sides. So as arms get tired, they're going to want to make you start speeding up. So try to keep that motion nice and slow under control, focusing on a full range of motion. Just two more repetitions. And let it relax. All right, that's our first two exercises done. Let's get ready for the next two. All right, our next two exercises are going to be a dumbbell pullover. We're going to be doing that one second, but the first one is going to be a military push-up, a half military push-up. So this one is actually like a military press or a inverted handstand push-up. It's just an easier version of that. So we're going to start with that one first. Again, you need either a bench or a chair for this. With your legs extended, toes in the chair, it's going to be the harder version, or you can drop down onto those knees and make it a little bit easier. So it's going to look like this. Hands out nice and wide again, just like a regular push-up. With those feet come in, walk them in as close to your body as you can. With those hips as close to straight over top of your shoulders as possible. And drop it. Down, tap that head if you can, and back up. Two more. And let that one relax. All right, next one is going to be a pullover. If you don't have a bench, you're going to want to do this laying flat down on your back, so you might want a mat for this one. Otherwise, grab those dumbbells. You're going to sit down on that bench. So I'm going to pull this forward just a little bit. See what I'm doing. Lay flat down on that back. Hands right above that shoulder. Nice and slow, both arms at the same time. Drop them down as low as it's comfortable. Then pull them back up. Try to keep just a very slight bend in that elbow. Try to keep those core muscles nice and tight. Lower back flat against that mat. Almost done, just a few more repetitions. 2 left. And last one. Go ahead and let it relax. Set those dumbbells back up. Back to that military push-up. I'm going to do the easier version for you this time so you can see that one. It's going to be off of those knees, but pretty much the same exact motion. So off those knees, feet tucked in nice and close, especially if you're in a chair. Again, try to get that head straight in line with that chest, and those arms, and drop it. Two more. And go ahead and let that one relax. Back to those pullovers. Flat down on your back. Hands up over top of your chest. And start it. Drop it down. And back up. Again, try to keep that back flat against that mat. Halfway. Two more repetitions. Nice controlled motion. Last one. And let it relax. All right, one more round of that military push-up. Again, I'm gonna try this off of my toes. We'll see how long I can last. Hands out nice and wide. Up on those toes. And start up. Two more. Let's drop down for these last two. And let it relax. Okay. One more round of those pullovers. I'm going to drop the weight on this a little bit because this range of motion is a little bit rough on those shoulders. You don't want to overdo it and get stuck down at the bottom of that range of motion. All right, last one. Almost done. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Two more. Last one. And let it relax. All right, drop those dumbbells up. And let's go ahead and get ready for our last two exercises. All right, our last two exercises are going to be a tricep dip off of that bench again, or again, if you have a chair, that works just as well. So tricep dip first, and then we're going to do a regular bicep curl. So just whatever weight you need to do, just a traditional bicep curl. So start out with that tricep dip. With those hands nice and close to your butt. Squeeze it in nice and tight, fingers facing forward towards your feet. Drop those hips off. So just barely hovering. A full extension on those legs can be harder. Easier with those knees bent in for a little bit of assistance. So I'm going to try the hardest version. Drop it down as low as you can go, right back up. Keep those elbows squeezed together. And let it relax. Go and grab those dumbbells, starting that curl. Doing just a traditional curl, palms facing forward. Keep that elbow underneath that shoulder, squeeze it up nice and tight, and back down. Slight bend in that knee. Chest push forward. Shoulders pulled back. Just keep those lungs open. We're halfway through. Two more. And let it relax. All right, drop that dumbbell up. Back to that tricep dip. Sit back on that bench or that chair. Feet kicked out for the harder version. Remember, if you want to make it easier, just pull those feet in a little closer. Back scraping the edge of that chair as you drop, and back up. Keep those elbows squeezed together. And let that one relax. One more round, or another round. Those bicep curls. Grab that dumbbell. Nice straight back, slight bend in those knees. Keep those lungs open. Nice tight squeeze at the top. Remember, keep that elbow directly underneath that shoulder the entire time. Never let that elbow kick forward. Nice slow controlled motion. Just 2 more repetitions. Last one. And let it relax. All right, one more round of each. Hands nice and close, feet kicked out, and start it. Whew, that burns. Okay, last one of those bicep curls. Grab those dumbbells. Try to really focus on keeping that form nice and solid. Chest pushed out, shoulders back. Nice deep breath in, keep those lungs open. Start up, tight squeeze at the top. Elbow directly underneath that shoulder. Two more. And let it relax. And that is it. Go and set those dumbbells up. And that is it for the strength portion routine. Grab a drink of water real quick. We'll finish off with a cool down. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish up this workout. We're gonna go through those stretches. We're gonna be starting off with an overhead tricep stretch. Got my timer here, so let's go ahead and get started. This one is going to be hand up to your shoulder, same arm as shoulder. Grab that elbow, pulling across. Let's go ahead and get into position. Grab that elbow, pull it across, and start that stretch. You're going to feel it to that tricep as well as a little bit to the outside of that shoulder. Just constantly pull it across. Breathe normal. Just constantly getting a little bit more of a stretch the entire time. Trying to constantly push or keep a consistent stretch at least. So as it starts to limber up, just push a little bit more. And let's go ahead and switch sides to the opposite side over. Hand to elbow, or hand to shoulder, sorry. Elbow pulling that arm across. Just keep it going. Nice deep breath. Just keep those lungs open. Constantly holding that stretch, keeping a consistent stretch. So as you limber up again, pull just a little bit more. And let that one relax. We're doing an arm cross stretch, so grab that elbow, pull across in front of your chest. Nice, tight, close squeeze. Try to pull that arm as close to your chest as you can. At the same time as pulling that arm across. Should feel it across the back of that shoulder blade, the outside of that shoulder. Again, keep those lungs open. Just hold it. And switch sides. Opposite arm. Grab that elbow, pull it across. Just keep it comfortable. Nice deep breath in. Just keep those lungs open. And we're going to be doing a wall chest stretch next, so find an open piece of wall if you have one handy. Fingers facing back behind you. Just rotate that chest in the opposite direction of that hand as far as you can go. Should feel it through that chest. If you're not feeling that chest, rotate that arm until you stop feeling it in your bicep. And same thing on the other side, so switch those hands, fingers facing back behind you. Open that chest up, rotate as far as you can. Keep those lungs open. A few seconds left. We'll move to a wall shoulder stretch next. And that one relax, hands right up against the wall, shoulder a little above shoulder height. And press that chest down to the base of the wall. And switch those feet. And let that one relax. Got one left to go. There's a bent over deltoid stretch. Hands across behind your back. Just bend it straight over forward. Try to keep those arms as straight as you can. Try to let those hands drop forward. You should feel this in the front of that shoulder. Also, you feel this in those hamstrings as well. Hold just a little bit longer. And go ahead and let that one relax. All right, good job, guys. We got the warm-up done. We got the stretch, or through the workout done. And that stretch, we are completely done with this workout. This workout is complete. Good job, guys.